Well, welcome.
Thank you.
That was a great way to kick things off.
There it is.
For people who don't know you, did you kind of give us kind of a rundown on how you kind of started to get your buzz going in the comedy scene? Was it the Opie and Anthony show?
Opie and Anthony was definitely big for me. I started stand-up in 2009, 2010.
Okay.
And then, it's interesting, like, I went that route of, I got on Guy Code and Girl Code, which was big, like, big show.
By the way, Scholes was on there as well, Charlemagne.
Bro, Schultz, Charlemagne, Akash, there's like so many people that
came from that.
Yeah, man. Aquafina, like all these people came out of it. Nicole Byer, and there's like literally, if you look, it's like wow, Lil Duval. You're like all these people on Guy Code and Girl Code, and really nobody. The biggest one was Charlemagne. Charlemagne and Duval were pretty famous, but
of course,
other than that, nobody really had a career. It was like all our starting off points. Pete Davidson. So it's like. We did that show, and that definitely got us to a point, got us in the clubs, got us known, but it still didn't get you to, like, you still weren't, like, none of us were really selling tickets or on the road, because that's really the barometer of a comic. You could be on this TV show and that TV show and do that.
But can you sell tickets?
But, because selling tickets it's not only to other comics, but also just as a world thing, it's like, there's no smoke and mirrors with ticket sales. There's a lot of smoke and mirrors with television. You could be on a hit. Oh, I got a CBS show. I got this show. I'm on SNL.
No one gives a fuck about you.
But guess what? Nobody knows who you are. Nobody cares to purchase a ticket. But there's because you could make, the New York Post or whomever could write an article about anyone saying that the next big whatever, and it's like, it's bullshit if no one's at your shows.
Yeah.
That if the people come, that's how you know. So the people really weren't coming until really I started to do podcasting and the internet. And I had to kind of fail in television to learn that, because my daughter's 7 now. She was about 6 months old at the time. I had a sitcom with CBS, a pilot, filmed the whole thing. I met dope people like Chaz Palminteri from A Bronx Tale. He played my father in the show. Diane Guerrero played my love interest from Orange is the New Black and a bunch of other stuff. And then I thought I was going to be, the next Ray Romano, or CBS was telling me you're going to be this and that. And then the show didn't go.
Wow.
Just failed. Did not go. I spent a year of my life, put everything I had into it, was going back and forth to LA, time away from my family. And then, missed moments with my daughter's life. And I was like, oh, but this will be good. We'll move to LA, because I was following this, route of
the blueprint.
Seinfeld 90s.
Right.
Bill Cosby, all these guys. And it didn't go, and I said, well, shit, now I got a young daughter, that I have a life here. I got a girl, I had a stepson. I was like, I need to make money. So I said, I made a deal with myself when it didn't go. I said, I'm not going to allow myself ever again in my career to not be in control. I'm never going to put my fate of my career and my family
in someone else's hands.
In someone else's hands. The only people I will give it to is the audience, is the fans. So I said, find a way to put your career in the hands of your fans. And that's when I turned to the internet and podcasting. And it was going good. And then it's weird, like when the pandemic happened, a lot of people kind of career life got put on pause, but that's when my career got to the next level. Because I had everybody, the whole world, just sitting in front of a computer. Same thing with Schultz. Schultz exploded in the pandemic.
Definitely.
So it's one of those things where I live by that now. And now I am going to do some TV stuff, but it's all on my own terms. I'm like, I don't want to go to LA. I want to do if I'm going to do TV, it's got to be out of New York, because now I have the power, because my fans, because my career's in the hands of my fans. Now my tickets are sold. Now we add shows. Now, I have a podcast and a Patreon, and everything is being controlled through my way. So now I can tell, now I can dictate my own terms, where a lot of times with TV, you can't. The corporate person will say, well, you can't do this because, they have all the bargaining chips. But now I can say, well, listen, if we don't do it my way, I'm problem. Out. I don't
find another guy.
Yeah, and it's very respectful, but it's like, there's no reason I need to do your show. I have everything I want.
I'm only going to do what I want to do. Yeah. That's a great position to be in life.
Yeah, I sit on my couch or studio very close to my house, say exactly what I want to the fans that want to hear it. They come and buy tickets to my show, and we have a happy little family. And to be honest with you, and I'm fine with this, it's like, even somebody like my mother would be like, oh, why don't you want to do this show or that show? Because even she doesn't understand, like, I lose money doing that. So not only is it freedom, comedically, which is the most important, but financially, it's like, I make way more money doing it my way, sitting on my couch. I don't miss I barely miss any events in my daughter's life unless I'm on the road, because I'm like, I'm not going to go away and do things. Time is so much more valuable to me than money.
It's the greatest currency.
It is the greatest currency. I don't need, I think about money in a very different. Now I got 2 kids, 2 daughters and a stepson. So now I'm like, I just don't. I just turned down a movie yesterday that would have taken me to LA for 6 weeks, and I'm like, it was with a comedy hero of mine. The money was okay, but I was like, it's just not worth it, man. I'll do that. Hopefully that similar opportunity is there 20 years from now when I'm older and my kids don't want to hang out with me anyway. They're in college, but right now at this time, I don't want to miss anything in their life. So I'm very focused on, hey, I'm only going to do things that keep me close to home. Now, listen, I gotta, when I go on the road and
you got a tour, I got
a tour, but it's minimal time. It's like I get to a city Thursday, I'm home Sunday morning. It's not like 8 weeks away. I'll never do that, So I think that was the big thing that changed in my career, was my mindset of, I will only put my career in the hands of my fans. And I also, even on the TV shows I do, it's like, listen, if you don't like the way I understand you can't say certain words on television, I get that, but if you're going to dumb down my comedy to a point that I'm not happy with it,
me anymore,
I'm off the show. You could sue me. I mean, I don't care.
Most people would take the movie with their comedic hero.
Listen, for me, I just thought about it, right? And I was just like...
Can you say who it is? Kevin Hart?
No. No, it's Bill Burr.
Okay. Oh, shit.
Yeah, and it was one of those things where I was like, is that worth
6 weeks away from my kids?
Is that worth missing 6 track practices, a birthday? Is it worth 3 movie nights? Is it worth all that? And I was like, we're not struggling financially right now. We're have anything we want. And you know what's great? You know what's the best part about all this too? Is I can say what I want, right, to my fans who care, have some financial freedom and flexibility that my fans give me. And the best part is I also have my anonymity. When I walk down the street, I get noticed maybe 2 or 3 times. But
that's a beautiful thing.
But it's like, but even if I said something out of context on a tweet,
right?
Nobody,
no one's coming for you as hard.
The media doesn't care. They'd be like, oh, what does he have, a fucking podcast where he sits down with T.T. Jerry and Chrissy Cass? They'd be like, this is not big enough. Now, if you get in a movie, if you get on a big, now they start to want to. They have shit to take from you now. But if you don't give them that, then what do they have to take?